We grew up with this amazing shop, which my grandma started after the war in the backyard. In this colonial goods store, you could buy sour cabbage with pork ribs, the first baking chocolate, and children came over to get a Blue No lemonade. My grandma ran this shop for a long time and closed it at the end of the 80s due to her age. We didn't know what to do with it, so the shop was closed as it was and remained part of the house, but we kept dreaming about it. I had been working in my job for a long time. Then there were some changes and we were told to reduce our working hours. I was never totally passionate about this job anyway, and in addition, I used to work for the fair in Frankfurt and found happiness in decorating. In this context, we had an idea. We still have the shop location, we have to revive it. This was the initial idea.
Da kam uns eigentlich die Idee, die Räumlichkeiten sind vorhanden, wir müssen den Laden wieder beleben. Das war so unsere Grundidee eigentlich, ja. Wir sind zu unserer Hausbank gegangen.
We went to my local bank, where I had had an account since I was a little girl. There we presented our idea of opening up the shop again. At the beginning, everything sounded fine, and they suggested us to apply for the KfW funding program. We went home with a lot of information, but actually we had more questions than before. I wasn't aware of the fact that my shop idea was more seen as a hobby than as a business idea, since I was still working. They told me to give up my current job to better focus on the shop. Right from the beginning, they claimed that the shop was more like a hobby than a serious business idea for me, and the funding we needed was too little for them anyway. We needed about 50,000 euros for the reconstruction of the shop, the first establishment and the first goods. This was the initial idea. They were only willing to talk to us starting from an amount of 200,000 euros. They also didn't like the concept we had, since we are and always will be a small shop. We don't have the slightest intention of expanding or opening up branches. Having this shop is a matter that is very close to my heart, and I don't want to fit into the needs and rules of the banks. This was the first time we thought about giving up. Completely honest, we talked about it with our closest friends. Our local bank told us that they would not give us a loan. The KfW told us that we were too small to be their clients. We didn't know where else to ask for money. They refused it immediately. I've been running my shop for already 10 years now, and we haven't received a single cent from them in all those years.
Kein Cent. Also ursprünglich haben wir
Initially, we wanted to establish a shop where everybody feels good. People can come in and find something nice, for example, decoration or flowers. There was also the idea of having a little cafe. We were too naive and thought that there would be no major issues with opening up the shop again, since it had already existed before. Unfortunately, we soon learned the truth. The authorities upset all our plans. Even though the shop was existing for more than 50 years, the regulations changed and the shop didn't fit in anymore. We were told to buy imaginary parking spaces for around 18,000 euros. A single parking space here in Mülheim is around 6,000 euros. We could not provide those parking spaces since it's located in a backyard. This is when we noticed for the first time that our idea would not be realized so easily.
geholt worden. Die Lösung war ganz klar, KIZ, die Mikrofinanzierung.
The solution definitely was KIZ and microfinance. It was a fortunate coincidence that we heard about KIZ. At the beginning, it seemed too good to be true when someone told us, first the people and then the numbers. We wanted to have an amount of around 10,000 euros in order to restructure our concept and provide an event service. We needed 10,000 euros to finance this concept and ensure the further existence of the shop. The application process was very easy. We went to KIZ in Offenbach and we needed 3 guarantors. First, I thought that it could be difficult to find 3 people within my group of friends who support our shop and our concept. This was the biggest obstacle for me. It turned out not to be an obstacle at all. We needed 3 guarantors and ended up with 7 or 8 people who wanted to support us. Also, we had to present our financials, which was no big deal at all. After this, they called all our guarantors and asked them if they were willing to support us. I haven't expected that getting a loan could be so easy and so amazing. The contact with KIZ is great, and I would go there over and over again. KIZ and its microcredit saved our shop.
Jederzeit wieder. Also die Mikrofinanzierung hat uns unseren Laden gerettet.